Hey everybody, it's John and JVG here, and we're here for part two on location with the 4 Roses sample pack. Just to bring you back up to date, what we did before was we went through 1 through 5 of the 4 Roses sample pack, and 1 through 5 on that is the OB version or expression of their recipes. That's the high rye version, and we went through those and we picked kind of a favorite on those.
Yeah.
So we're kind of going to hopefully go through 6 through 10 and pick a favorite on that and kind of match them up and see if they hold up to each other, which we think we will. I kind of already think which one I know, but that's a preconceived idea that I've got to kind of put aside for now and get with it. So what we have today is the OESF. That's going to be our first pour, and then OESQ, which is going to be our second pour. And then our third pour is going to be the OESO. That's our third pour. Fourth pour is going to be OESK, and the fifth pour is going to be OESV. So we're going to go in that particular order.
That's the mash bill E of 7525.
5, right, yeah. Great stuff, and it's great that they came out with this. And they came out with this, a couple of years ago, right? I mean, this is...
It's 2 years now?
Yeah.
I think they still have it.
It's been floating around.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one anywhere recently, but I know it's floating around somewhere. So that's where we're at, and thanks for joining us here today, and hopefully we can get through this real quick. We're trying to do these as quickly as we can to get through them so that they're not too long. So we're working on that. We're working on a few things, and hopefully we'll get these things down, and we'll get to you on location on a few of these and see how it goes. But I think we're ready to dive in. We want to get through this a little quicker today. So which one are we starting with first there, John?
We're going to be on to the OESF.
Okay, OESF.
They're herbal.
What's the notes on this one?
Herbal.
Oh,
I didn't want to saturate my brain with what they thought.
Right. Power of suggestion is a wonderful thing, right? Oh. Yeah, that is herbal. But it's also floral. It's light. Not a lot of ethanol coming off of there.
There's a peach note. Nice peach note.
Oh. Is that what that is? Peach?
I think it's
Yeah.
not, yeah. Little tropical fruit.
Oh, yeah.
It smells a little bit like one of those
Something with a
edible arrangements.
okay. I was going to say something with an umbrella in it.
A little edible arrangements. A little.
I was thinking mango. You get any mango on that?
I don't think so. Not for me. Well, into the flavor. You can smell good, but you gotta taste good too, right?
That's absolutely true.
It tastes different than it smells.
It definitely does. The nose did not transfer to the palate, but it's kind of interesting.
You're getting less sweetness, more tea.
Black tea?
Yeah.
Black tea on the finish. But I mean on the palate, it's not leaving much on the front of the palate.
It's very thin.
Very thin. I was going to bring that up. The mouthfeel on this it's a little watery.
This tastes about as thin as I wish I was.
Well, there's things for that, Jim.
Yep.
You can.
Hopefully the camera adds 10 pounds to the pour.
Well, you're going to have to find a software that you can use that's going to make us all look much better, All right, so that's our first pour. And, I'm going to say that nose, it was pretty nice nose, actually. I'm going to go with, you said peach. I'm going to go with peach mango. And a little bit of sweetness, not too much. And low ethanol. Okay, there we go. That's that. And a little weak in the mouthfeel.
A little bit.
So that would not be high in my priority list if I were to seek a bottle out. All right, so let's do numero dos, and that is our OESQ expression. Another low rye expression.
This is also pretty floral.
Let's see. You know, I didn't check the legs on the other one there.
It was about as thin as it tasted.
Yeah, I would imagine. I'm not getting a tremendous amount of legs on these here. Oh.
This has a nice little trick cereal.
Mmm.
Not like a youthful cereal grain, but like a fruity
pebbles.
Floral.
I think you hit that right on the head there.
This one's a little spicier.
That's a little better.
Still a little thin.
Yeah.
But it's got a little bit more lingering spice the other one didn't have.
Yeah, the first one was a little astringent in the finish, which is the only thing I was really getting out of the finish itself. This one here seems to be a little bit more, a little more oak to it in the finish, which is kind of nice. I mean, I don't dislike that.
Yeah, the oak note does carry.
Yeah. Grab that real quick. Mouthfeel again is still, to me,
it's still a little bit light, but it's
on the light side. It's better.
But the spice note helps carry.
Yeah, I think that seems to be
piggybacking off of that spice note, the spice and barrel note.
So would you say that, like, when something's less spicy, and these are going to be less spicy because they're lower rye, do you think that attributes to it not having as much of a mouthfeel? And
no. I think it comes down more to the usually to the corn note and the age.
Because the nose on this is really nice.
It is a really nice nose.
Very sweet, like a sweet cereal.
That one just packs a little bit more.
Packs a little more flavor.
Yep.
There's a little bit more complexity to the flavor. I like that, actually. All right, that's not too bad. So we're moving right along, and I think we're
An OESO.
OESO. Let's see. Come on, baby, don't disappoint me now. These are a little light in the glass. I don't know. As far as in the glass and legs, if this were a sprint, it'd probably come at last. You know? But they've all been that way so far.
This has a nice fruited custard note. Like a fresh berry tart.
I was thinking of it like a custard donut. Maybe I just got donuts on my mind. I don't know.
There's almost like a
there's almost like a cherryness to it, though.
It's like a citrusy cherry, like not like a lemon citrusy cherry raspberry thing.
Yeah.
But there's a vanilla custard and brown sugar note that makes it almost like a tart. My fat kid head says tart.
So you say tart, I say donut.
And servants cook cop.
I've had a few donuts, yeah, that's true. I have to say though, I think that so far, that's the better of the three that we've had so far. What do you think?
This is more desserty.
Yeah. I think it's desserty, but it's got a little more complexity to it. It's good on the. I'm picking up a little spice on the tongue. The finish is there. It's not overwhelming, but it's nice. Mouthfeel is decent.
That's a nice sipper.
Yeah, that's improved on the mouthfeel. I think it's a little not really super viscous, but there's something to it. Whereas the first two, I wasn't really getting anything as far as
this was sweeter. Combining the Q and the O would be interesting. I like the spicy. I wish there was the spiciness of Q and the O, and I wish there was more of the sweetness, vanilla, brown sugar, custard notes in Q.
Well, you know what I always do at the end of one of the tastings is I combine them all, you know, and usually to me that's the best pour, but not always, not always. All right, so OESO says to me that. Okay. And you got this too. Wonderful. Okay. Oh yeah. That's a great nose, really it is. Yeah, that citrus comes through. There's an underlying note of that custardy smell.
Mm-hmm.
But then the citrus pops right through.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
The next would be the OBS. OESK.
OESK. All right. As Matt from ADHD say, give it an SJ. And I'm wondering if it's maybe that can't be the proof though. It's just not a lot of lights coming through on these.
I think it's the ceiling light. I think it's more there than you think.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's try another.
It's definitely there.
Okay. Sorry, folks. I don't mean to get a kooky on you, but
mine's about halfway up and still there. I think the yellow lights from the chant.
yeah, I'm getting. You could be right about that, John, because I am.
We'll need a sponsor for a studio.
Studio lighting. All right, let's try the nose here. I'm a little behind you. Oh, this is a little different. This is a more bourbon-esque.
A lot of cinnamon oak.
Yeah.
This has some of the vanillas, a touch of earth, something.
That's what I meant by bourbon-esque. It's
Yeah.
it's vanilla, it's cinnamon, it's a little caramel, it's oakiness, but it's really mild though.
It's got a sweetness that carries through from the front of your tongue right to the
back of your palate.
back of the palate. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. This is a really nice pour. If you're looking for something that screams bourbon,
Those vanilla wafers. Get a little bit of that. Like, I remember what they call those things. Those little vanilla wafer, the little hard vanilla wafers.
Okay.
I usually use them a lot in like when I make like a pie crust. Like
Okay. I
You
know
know
what you're
talking
talking
about
about. I do know what you're talking about now.
vanilla wafers. That's it.
That's it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. There's definitely pronounced vanilla on that for sure. But there's
This
also
one had the least amount of lemony citrus that some of the other ones had.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of that cinnamon vibe going on with this one because that's where I'm picking up that spiciness. You know, if you've ever had a little bit of cinnamon and put it on your tongue, it gives you that kind of spicy vibe, you know, that carries through. That's kind of what I'm getting on this one. And then there's some sweetness from like a
Pumpkin pie minus the pumpkin.
I love pumpkin pie. You're gonna find that we talk about food a lot because I think we're both kind of foodies. You more than me, so
Oh yeah.
you know.
Obviously, but look at me. I like a good meal.
Well, I don't miss too many. I can tell you that.
So the last one will be the OESV.
OESV. There you go. Here we go, folks. Moving right along here. Yeah, I think you're right about the lighting. I think that's because that last one, once I got it into a certain position, I can see
the ripple.
Yeah, I could see that it leaves a nice line where as they would call the line of demarcation.
This one has one of the strongest noses.
Oh, really? Yeah, there's some legs on these. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Oh, wow. I tell you, man, these are really, really nice on the nose. Every single one of them has had some aspect on the nose that was really, really nice.
For being so similar and so different.
Yeah.
Neither one of these is their relation of 4Roses is like they have that similar sweetness up front, but like
yeah, that's it.
They've all got a slightly different back note.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the OESK, except with a little more ethanol. It's a little more stronger, a little more pronounced. Excuse me. And I think that is carrying some of the aromas. You know.
This has the most caramel in it. Maybe like apple cider.
Wow. What do you think of that?
The finish is lighter than I thought it was going to be, but I like it. It's very balanced. It's got a lot of that caramel, apple pie crust. A little less on the vanilla and more on like the rich caramelized sugars.
I get a lot of barrel in the finish. Not a lot of barrel, but considerable amount.
More than, I'd probably say a little more than the rest. But
Yeah.
There's a lot of that toasted brown sugar.
And remember, we're comparing these to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, compared to our first pour of OESF, it's much more pronounced.
It's got a lot of nice sweetness up front, though.
Yeah, it does.
It's pretty. It balances well with the toasted and barrel notes on the back end.
This one's going to be tougher than I think the last one to pick a winner here. I mean, I can tell you which two I would exclude, I think, right off the bat. And not because I don't like them. It's because I do like them, but I don't think they have as much complexity and flavor as the last three.
I gotta go by back and through.
Yeah. And the proof on these, they're all the same, right?
Yeah, they're all 110. 104, sorry.
Right, I thought they were 104. Yeah. You know, which is really good for what we're doing here, because you can't take into consideration that there's any differences because of the proof. So they're all the same proof. So it's basically based on flavor alone.
Q is better the second time around. I think I've got more that are in closer contention with this. Last time 2 stood out. This time I think 4 of them stand out. One of them's just not as good as the other 4.
It's interesting how what I just did was I just went through 1 through 5 just on the nose, and the first three seem to be very similar on the nose, and it's not till I got to the fourth one and the fifth one that I saw some significant change in the nose.
The nose is nice to compare after you finish them all.
Yeah.
Because then you're just smelling the barrel.
Right.
You lose most of the ethanol, which is nice.
Yeah.
But for me, OESF is not, unlike all the other ones, that was a psychological ink blot. This is not.
Yeah,
it's good. It's not for me. It's not.
You know,
it's not my profile.
Once again, if I came over and you poured that for me and said, "Hey, we're drinking this," I'd be perfectly fine with that. It's a great whiskey.
Yeah, I wouldn't be offended.
You know,
I mean, I don't think anything that they put out, I would think would be offensive.
Yeah, no, these are all very well put together. But I agree with you on that. Definitely agree with you on that.
The other four are tougher.
Yeah, now we're getting into a tougher zone. And I think for me that I would also exclude the Q. Although I like the Q. All right, let's go through and taste them. I'm going to taste them 2 through 5. It's really not bad. This is a lot tougher than I thought it would be.
I think the K has fallen out.
I agree. K's out. K's good, but it seems to lack a little bit of the complexity. It doesn't have as much punch.
And the Q, I think is the third one out for me.
Yeah.
Which is the one I thought I would probably like the most.
I could see that. I could see why you'd like the Q. I could see why anybody would like it. It's a fairly good pour.
I don't think I've had a lot of the OEs before today. Like, I think I feel like I've just run into OBs more than that. But I think the two finalists for me are the OESO and the OESV. And it really comes down to the fruity tart custard note or the deep toasted creme brulee.
You can't go wrong with either one of those. I mean, they're really good.
I feel like in the winter I would enjoy OESV, and I feel like in the summer I would enjoy OESO.
Right, yeah, situation.
Go with my food palette.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure which one I like more than the other exclusively. It's like having to date 2 women at one time.
I've never done that. What's that like?
Me neither. Well, in bourbon and life, it probably still costs the same.
See, you get it here, folks. You get philosophy as well as whiskey.
I'm gonna have to go with the SB for me.
Oh yeah.
I can't say no to the thick, dense caramel complexity.
That's the OESO.
I like the light fruity. I like the light tart fruitiness of it. But I think what it has in tartness, it loses in finish, and I think the dense barrel flavors and caramels in the last one really take it over the finish line.
I think you're probably right, because to me, this would be more of a summer drink than this would be. This to me is a little heartier, something I would reach for maybe in a winter, colder weather.
I think that would also hold up better in cocktails too.
You know, should we consider that cocktails? I mean, you know, we're going on flavor.
I want everything on flavor, but I mean, for against their own, I would say just flavor, but I'm saying.
And another thing that's been completely, you know, out of bounds with this is price. We're not judging anything on price here because that's just not what we're doing. Everything's going to be based on on flavor here.
Yeah.
Because this is from the sample pack. So if you're gonna go out and you're gonna buy these, it's gonna come in this fashion, as you guys know, and it's gonna be a release in a single barrel. And the proof on these can vary year to year for the most part, from what I've seen, right? Because you have this.
Oh, they come out numerous times, so
yeah,
you can find the same one on the shelf, and it'll be different years.
Yeah, I think I have one of these at home. That's the same mash bill as this, and I think my proof is higher.
Yeah,
it's a lot higher actually. It's like 117 or something like that.
All the recipes are on the back of the card. Apparently, I've never read the card.
I know, I don't either. So, all right.
What was your favorite of this group?
Well, I've always been a fan of the OESO, and I think that's because it's such an easy drinker. It's versatile. It's got a little bit of complexity, and the OESV, which I think I've had before, if I'm not mistaken. Today has got to be our top dog because I mean it hits on every aspect.
OESO, I think, is the only other one. The only OE I think I've had.
Mm-hmm. It's extremely popular. I mean, it's difficult to find it on the shelves in most places. At least I find. I mean, I went from New York when they came out with the Red Label 100 proof versions. They put the 3 out originally, the 3 recipes at 100 proof, and I bought all 3 of them. And the OESO was my favorite out of the 3 that came out. And then all of a sudden it disappeared. You could find the other 2, but the OESO. So the OESO seems to be probably the most popular, and maybe because it's the easiest. It's an easy drinker.
Yeah.
I did find it shortly thereafter in a liquor store in Delaware, and it was $120 for a bottle that I had just paid $46 for at Exit 9. So I thought they were crazy, and I essentially ran out of the store with the salesperson chasing me. I wanted to know why I was running. Did you steal something? No. So your prices are chasing me out. But
I would save some of your SV. We'll take a little bit more SV.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll use a little.
Go head to head
with the last one.
Okay. That's the SV, so we're knocking that one out.
So I'm gonna keep that on there. That's our SV.
Yeah, that really is. This hits on every note, though.
That's SQ from last time. I'm gonna get you another glass real quick.
Slight intermission time. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go head to head with last well, not last week. It's actually 2 weeks ago that we did this. Oh, for me. Okay, great. Do you have one?
Yeah.
You have one. Okay. Okay, so on my right, I've got the SV, and on my left, I've got the OB SQ.
Now this one's a little bit more aged and slightly more proof.
Right.
So you're gonna get probably a little bit more barrel in that.
Oh, well, get a no, really, it's not a lot of ethanol. Sweet.
I know I don't have an OESV here. I think I have an OESO, but we didn't pick that one first.
I have one too, but not here.
I will say this: the denseness of the older single barrels is substantial.
Yeah.
But not as much as I would have thought.
Yeah, there's a little more, like you said, density to the older barrel. I have to say, well, I was going to say it almost reminds me of a big brother of this one.
Yeah.
But that one's a little lighter and a little sweeter on the palate. Spicy, sweet, and there's the barrel. There's the astringency at the end of the finish. You know.
I think the finish on the SQ, the OBSQ, is longer, and I do think that attributes to the age.
Yeah.
But flavor-wise, they're both pretty comparable. I don't recall what the age of these were, but these all did come out of the single. All of these the batches for these smaller bottles all came out of a single barrel warehouse. So I'd imagine their age is similar.
Okay.
I would say I think this one's 11 years, and these are probably maybe 7 or 8.
Well, that's not too bad. This has got a lot more punch to it.
Yeah, I expected it to.
It's got a lot more punch. That's why I'm having a little bit of trouble, kind of discerning between which one I like better, because this one has a little bit more punch. It's got a little more ethanol to it.
I think I like the OESV better. The SQ still has those floral, grassy notes. If I take what I attribute the age to out of it,
Yeah.
Even on a head-to-head age alone,
That's hard to do.
It's still not this far off of that.
Right. Right.
This is not far off of this that I attribute to being older. I still think I like the OESV better by a little bit. These are different. Knowing that the OBSQ, I was thinking the OESQ would be better.
Right. You thought that would.
I thought that would be close. I mean, it was in the middle of the pack for me. I don't. It was in the middle of the pack for you.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely was.
So I mean, it wasn't far off. I mean, our OBSO was second last time. It was second for me this time, so I felt them to be pretty similar. Although I believe the OBSV was last for me last time, and it was first this time. I think that was the biggest variance between the two. Everything else was within one of each other.
You know, I'm a big fan of the OES or the OE recipes anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always liked those more so than the OB recipes. And I think that's because particularly in the higher proof versions of the OB, they're spicy.
Mm-hmm.
They're very spicy on the tongue. There's a little bit of astringency in the finish. Great bottle. Absolutely great bottle. But the OES was always an easier drinker for me. And I don't know whether it's I'm personally kind of evolving and going into something that doesn't knock my socks off and blow my brains out, you know, because I went into that whole phase of going from 100 to 110 to 120. All right, what do you got for me now? You know, you got 140? Well, give me that, you know, and that was great, you know. And we still do that. I mean, that's still, you know, worth checking out. I'm sure everybody does something similar.
Firepower would be a good video.
Yeah, right. That's right. We should do that.
I mean, it might not be a good video, but
hey, if you guys got any suggestions, you want to see us blow our brains out here with hazmat, you know, I mean, you know, we can do it. The only thing is I'm going to have to bring like a sleeping bag, which I can do, but or sleep in my car. But really, I mean, that's how that goes for me. I can't agree with you more about the OESV. It's a fantastic pour. The that OB is really good. I mean, if I was to be out on your patio on a cold day drinking and something like that, or, you know, if you're out ice skating or whatever you do with your kids or hockey or whatever, I mean, the OB ones are really, really good. But I think today, for me, with my particular palate, as I've spoken about, the OESV is going to be our top dog. Do you think?
I think so. I'm surprised we're pretty much on point the whole.
I mean, you know, we got to find things to differ.
I know.
This is not very interesting, you know. You know, we have to have point counterpoint.
I know.
It's like, I hate that. No, this is really good. You know. But really, I mean, this has been a tremendous amount of fun.
This was good. This was good.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I'm glad we did. Great idea. Thank you, John, for providing the sample pack. And you know, if you folks ever do this, man, let us know what you think about it and what your opinions were on these. It's a little bit of a special thing because the proof of these, I think, are
They're all the same.
they're all the same, but they're going to be different from what you're going to find on the shelf if you get an OESV, you know.
Yeah.
But still, you know, I mean, hey.
And the fact that they took them all from their single barrel program, rick houses, shows that they weren't just putting their recipes together to give you a recipe. They were using up some of the barrels that they think have the most potential. So you're getting you get a good value, and you get a good idea on which recipes you want. It's tough to go in the store and want to spend $140, $150, whatever these things are.
Yeah, they're over 100. They're 120 bucks.
I mean, I know one of my things is, and I know a lot about whiskey. I walk in there and I'm like a little bit overwhelmed by 10 recipes. Now, if I go in and see some bottles, I have a better understanding of what I might prefer.
Right.
If I like it at a constant setting, I feel like a little bit more age. I don't think a little bit more age has ever really hurt anything. I think too much age, but they don't put out super old single barrels. Like, I haven't seen any more. It's usually between 9 to, I think, maybe 12. So
yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
here you go. An infinity glass for today. I had some left in each one. You had none. All right, so here we go. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Hey, folks, and here's to you, man. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm consistently amazed that every time I do that, it's like the best pour I've had so far. Maybe because it's at the end and I've had like 19 pours, you know. And
I'm shocked they don't put out a
blend,
an OB or an OE batch. That'd be a good idea. Maybe 4Roses should give us some marketing budget.
Maybe they should hire us. Yeah. Hey, if anybody's got connections at 4Roses, you know, tell them we're available.
Product ideas.
Yeah. All right, so that was it. So listen, we're going to be doing some other ones in the near future, and hopefully, you know, you guys can hang with us. We have some ideas about where we want to go, what we want to do. We'll constantly try to improve what we're doing and how we're doing it, and that includes, you know, the physicality of it all, the technology part of it as well, the sound, and so on and so forth. We have some ideas about how to do that. We have a lot of ideas, and we have a lot of great input from people in the industry about what to do and how to do it. So I think that in the future that these are going to be some really, really cool things to do. We're going to try to keep these short. We're not doing a great job at that so far, but we're having fun doing it, and that's what this is all about. Trying to bring you some information that maybe you thought about, something you thought about doing, or you always wondered about, and try to make it not something that's unobtainium, but something that you could find on the shelf and do. The other point that I'd like to make is that we want to do stuff that's local. We want to bring you, you know, stuff from, you know, businesses, people in the industry, stuff that is local, distilleries that are local, and then maybe branch out from there and see where that goes. But hey, thanks for tuning in, man.
Thank you.
To everybody, cheers, man.